What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Wednesday, March 24th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, I'd like to take some time and answer some questions that a lot of new and returning players have sent the channel. And it's about, how to gain stars quickly, how to gain those shade levels, and ultimately pick up a lot of good gear. Now, if you happen to be new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. So as we start the video off today, one thing I want to mention really quick is there are major issues going on for PC users since this event came out. It is not directly tied with the event, it has to do with some other issues they're having, so hopefully they will get this resolved soon. Having said that, my friends, I'd now like to try to answer some of the questions you've been sending the channel. So right now I want to show you a little bit of footage of the event. We're going to go over details on the daily challenges, what those entail, and what you should be doing to really maximize your time, and also go over all of the good things you can pick up during the way. One thing I'd like to mention really quick is even though this footage is from the Golden Bullet event, you can apply these XP farming methods to any of the global events whatsoever, and you can obviously do them when the global event isn't going on. These are some of my favorite ways to gain XP and get through NPCs pretty quickly. At this point, my friends, I'm going to cut away from this footage. We're going to go over some details in regards to those daily challenges, and then I'll show you a few of my favorite ways to farm XP, which in my opinion really help out new players or players who maybe only have a small amount of time for a game session. One very important detail as we start off is that you need to make sure the global event is activated, otherwise you're not going to get any progress towards your, reward tier or to gain stars. No matter what you do, it will not go towards the global event. So again, make sure you hit that X button from this page and activate the event. With that being said, let's go into now some of the most efficient ways to gain those shade levels, gain those stars. First of all, you have the daily challenges. Now you can see the challenges go on for 4 days. However, there is no time limit on the daily challenge itself. And what I'm referring to is these are not on a daily timer, meaning you can do day 1 challenges on day 6 if you want. It doesn't matter. So they're not locked behind those first 4 days. So anytime you want to do these while the event is active over the next week, you can do them anytime you want. The other thing I'd like to mention really quick is that it doesn't matter what world difficulty you're on when you do these challenges. It's all the same. So you can set your world to normal, challenging, hard. It really doesn't matter. You're going to get the same benefits regardless of the difficulty. Another thing I'd like to recommend real quick for players who maybe play on a lower difficulty is before you open any caches, what you should do is set your world to heroic, log out of the game, log back in, and then open those caches. That should hopefully increase your chances of getting some really good loot when you open them. There is no real science behind it. I've heard from people saying it works. I've heard from people saying it doesn't really matter. But again, it can't hurt. So anything to really give you an edge in this game, I always want to pass along. Moving on, my friends, I'd now like to show you a few of my favorite ways to gain XP in the game. First of which being Territorial Controls. I love these things. I've done videos on them before. I'll leave a link down below, but these are some of the most efficient way to gain XP fast in a short amount of time. And the good thing is there is no shortage of different world events you can do around the map. One of my other favorite ones is a Warhound Convoy. Now, these will only take place in invaded areas, and they're on about a 30-minute timer. And if you see where that icon is right there, next to it there's that little red dog-looking machine, that's what you're going for. And actually, I have no idea why I just called that a red dog-looking machine. It's a Warhound. I mean, it's actually in the title of the convoy. It's a Warhound Convoy. But anyway, once you get the timing of that thing in this area, you can see the NPCs pop out of the back of this truck once the Warhound is taken down, and it is literally fish in a barrel. Now, back in the day, these could respawn over and over and over again. You could just reset your world difficulty or, do a few different directives, things like that. But right now, they seem to be on that 30-minute timer. But if you guys know of any other ways to get these to respawn on a faster basis, definitely pass it along in the comments section down below. One important factor that I want to point out really quick, and then I'll get back to some other XP farming methods, has to do with the seasonal vendor and a few details you want to always keep in mind. First of all, you can only have 20 stars at a time, which makes no sense whatsoever, but you need to keep a lookout for that because the last thing you want to happen is, let's say if you're at 19 stars, you gain 4 shade levels, you're not paying attention, 3 of those stars are not going to be added to your inventory. Another important detail is the fact that these stars will expire when the global event ends next Tuesday. So the thing is no matter how many you have, make sure you spend them because you don't want them to go to waste. And again, you cannot use them once the event ends. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions I get is what is the best thing to buy during this event? And it all depends on where you fall, as a player. If you're new, I say go for those exotic weapons and items, and you also want to target the named item caches because you can get some really great stuff in there. And that does include items that are exclusive to the Dark Zone, which is absolutely fantastic because I know a lot of people don't enjoy playing in the Dark Zone. And let's say if you don't even go in there to try to get the resources in which you need to get to buy something from a Dark Zone vendor, this gives you the opportunity to hopefully get one of those items when you open up one of these caches. One final reminder real quick is make sure you are checking your rewards because during these events you're going to be earning stars, but you also gain reward tiers and you'll see a bunch of different caches that you can earn, so make sure again you open those while the event is active because otherwise you will not have access to them. At this point, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. Now, I'm going to show you a few other ways you can farm for XP in the open world. You have resource convoys, you have elite patrols, you have elite territory controls. There are so many different things you can hit up, and again, you're getting a ton of XP in a really short amount of time. And not only that, keep in mind that during the Golden Bullet event, your character is ridiculously powerful. Now, they haven't given us specific numbers, but basically when you have that Golden Bullet activated, you're getting rate of fire increase, damage increase, just everything. Like you're an absolute monster. Which is why, in my opinion, they should definitely bring this event back this season. And not only that, I think they should extend this one because for so many PC players, they are unable to play. They've been waiting for this event since it came out before, and it's really unfair the fact that they're unable to actually accomplish a lot of these things. And please keep in mind, as I say that, I am not affected by these PC crashes. I don't play on PC, I play on console. However, my friends, you know how I work here. We are a family, so anything that's going on in the community I want to hear about, I want to pass it along, and hopefully we can make a change. With that being said, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support. The way you've backed this channel, the way the Division families come together on this thing, you guys are amazing, and I am sincerely grateful for all of the support. Most of you know by now that one of my main goals here is to create that community where we work together, so if you happen to have any other farming tips and tricks you want to pass along, please leave them in the comment section down below. As I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing. If you enjoyed this, you can hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.